Say good morning, everybody. Welcome to Man FM Radio 93.7 FM right here in Lusaka, and we'll bring you another episode of Accounting and Business. And this particular morning, we are discussing job or business. I'm going to be joined shortly by Stephanie. Stephanie will be here soon, and she's going to be discussing with me today's topic. Are we going for a job or are we going for a business? Why is this topic is essential, especially now that we are living in times where the economy is uncertain. We see a lot of challenges, and now what we want to do, we want to discuss the few bits and pieces. Is it okay to go with a job, or should you go with a business? So we want to hear your views, people. You're going to be able to give us your calls and your contributions, give us your comments, and of course share this love with those who care about. So we'll be more than happy to hear your views and of course your contributions towards this great topic. So guys, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for joining me this morning. Good morning and welcome. Just give me a comment, people, as always. Just how are you doing? Can you get my sound? Is everything okay from your end? How are you finding how are you getting my sound? I want to see if they comment yet on sound, whether my sound is okay or not, but I'll be happy to hear a comment from one of you telling me that my sound is fantastic, and that would be great. So let me just check a few comments. Okay, we have K, good morning, it's good to see you. Fantastic. We have Adam say thank you so much. It's good to see you. Tsenga, always fantastic to see you. Good to see you, Tsenga. That's great. Of course. Thank you so much for joining me, people. So, guys, what I want to give me your views. I want you to give me your comments. Of course, I'll be joined shortly by Stephanie as we discuss this great session. So, what we are discussing today is easy. Which one is okay? Job or business? All right. And I bring this with all strength. We have seen there's a whole currency going on in this country, and we are going to be delving into the work by Dumisani, and that would be quite fantastic. So now, yes, Paul say I'm watching from Dubai. For me, business is always better. Fantastic. Those are
Fantastic. Those
right.
right?
So Paul says he's watching from Dubai. It's good to know Dubai is with us here. All right. Adam say the sound is clear. Fantastic. All right, fantastic. Vincent say it depends. All right, it depends. But I'm going for
All
business
right,
for me.
but I'm going for business for
There's a lot of feedback from Stephanie. Let me just mute Stephanie. All right, so there we go. Okay, Vincent says it depends, but I'm going for a business for me to be financially independent. That's fantastic. All right, VH says good morning. I'm watching from Kabwe. Fantastic, good to have you, VH. Thank you so much for joining us. Esther Silembo says the sound is good. Fantastic, guys. Good to have you. Thank you for the feedback. We are happy to have you. So now we get into the discussion. Let me just unmute Stephanie just to hear if the feedback is gone. All right. So, Stephanie, good morning. All right. Okay.
All right, okay.
Let me just do that. So, guys, the comment that we have this morning, is it job or business? And already I'm getting some comments. Paul says, business is good for him. He's always going to choose business over a job. Of course, we have seen Vincent also says it depends, but it's going to go for business if he wants to be financially independent. And of course, several other people are of the
Also,
similar
several
view that
other people
business.
are similar people like business.
Stefan, we have a lot of feedback from your end. Are
But
you
we
able
have a
to
lot of
mute
feedback
your
from your
speaker
end.
or
Are you
something?
able to mute your speaker or something?
Let me just do that. All right, fantastic. So, guys, I want to give you my comment on this issue. Okay, I want to give you my comment, and before I do that, I want to also pay some tribute. Some not that is the guy is dead. The guy is very much alive. I love what he's doing. Dumisani Ngube is currently taking a walk from Zolwezi to Lusaka, championing entrepreneurship. I think that's fantastic. That's great. All right, and I bring to this discussion this morning because if in our setup, all right, in our setup in our setup in our setup in our setup what we have is, even if you go to get married, for example, want to marry somebody, the first thing the parents will ask you is, what do you work? Where do you work? All right. Even just ladies in general, they ask you about where do you work. Nobody gets to ask you, do you own a business, or are you planning on owning a business? Almost everyone you meet, they tell you, so where are you working? If they see you driving, they say, where are you working? If they see you doing anything, so where do you work? Almost everybody asks you where you work. All right. Of course, again, on the other side, if you look at those who are successful, they talk about business as the only way out. So there's this unbalanced conversation between jobs and businesses. Those who are in business, they talk about jobs as if jobs are bad. Those who have jobs, they talk about business as if business is bad. So now we want to have a balanced conversation. We want to hear from you. All right. Want to hear from you. What do you think? Job or business? And in my honest opinion, people, this is where I want to give you a comment that what I strongly believe about jobs and businesses. I think both of them are fine, right? It depends on the type of job that you have. Right now, Stefan, good morning and welcome back. Are you able to hear me now? Stefan, good morning and welcome back.
Morning and welcome back.
I'm able to get you. How are you?
All right, fantastic.
All
That's
right,
great. So, Stefan,
fantastic.
what's your view,
That's
job
great. So,
or
Stephen,
business?
what's your job?
Well, I should say that the topic is interesting. Work, I think for me, for both, especially if your work allows you to do business and also make other multiple streams of money, then it's for me it's both of them. Because can I say I take away one? Yeah, I want to make more money. So if work, I will make money as well as do business, and I can. It's I think it's two for me. But again, on the other hand, I think business does make it because firstly you actually have the time to do your own things, especially if the financial movements you're making. But if you're going to look at business as time to maybe do things that don't bring money, then yeah. And if it's a startup business, then maybe do both, yeah.
All right, so guys, now
All right, so guys, now
thank you, Stefan.
thank you, Stephen.
So what we are going to do here, guys, I just want to give you a comment, okay? Like Stefan is saying, there has been a lot of criticism from those in employment. Sometimes people who are in business talk about jobs as if jobs are bad. They say only business can save you, only business can move you out of poverty. And there's a lot of talks for business. But I want to be very honest, people. I have been in employment before, and I have been in business for many years. And there are days, Stefan, where you are sitting and you just wish that you had an easy way out. So a job has its own advantages. A business also has its own advantages. All right. It depends on what you're looking for. For example, some jobs, all right, some jobs are very well paying. I have friends who get over 100,000 every single month, Stephanie. And there are friends who've been running businesses for a very long time and they make less than 20,000 every month. So when you look at those two incomes coming in every month, this guy is in employment, is earning over 100,000 every month. This guy is doing business, is making about 20,000 every month. And then you hear this guy making 20,000 every month says not a business is good because you can't be worth being in employment. Of course, we make those comments, but we don't really distinguish what type of jobs are we talking about. So we have to be very, very much categorical here. When we say let's go the entrepreneurial route, when we say let's pick out, let's begin to enterprise as citizens to build the economy and also to improve our lives, we are not discrediting the value that a job can add to your life. Now, I want to tell you just a few advantages of having a job, and I'm going to go to some few advantages of having a business. Okay. And I hope that these two things really help somebody. Partly because having a job can give you a lot of peace of mind. Let me just tell you about 10 things that I think are good about a job, and I'm going to tell you how you can leverage your job. All right, how you can leverage your job to be set up for success. Number one, guys, I'm going to give you 10 reasons why I strongly believe a job is such a beautiful thing to have. Number one, guys, while many people may laugh at your job, all right, I want you to listen to this very carefully. But give me in the comments. I want you to listen to this very carefully. While many people may laugh at your job, it might interest you to know that if they are offered the same job, guys, they would gladly accept it. That's one thing. I want you to write that in the comment section and keep that at the back of your mind, because we are very hypocritical when it comes to talking about jobs. And I want to put this on record, that while many people may laugh at your job, it might interest you to know that if they were offered the same job, they gladly would accept it. So whether you're in employment or self-employed, please respect your job and be grateful that you have one. Now, let me give you a few intrinsic values that may help you ignite the spark to that dying flame in your heart. Okay? Let me give you number one. While your job people may pay you less, all right? These are intrinsic values I'm giving you. And I want you to write these 10 things in the comment section. While your job pays you less.
Why your job pays you
Let me
less?
just mute Stephanie. There's a lot of feedback. Stefan, feedback from me. All right. So while your job pays you less, people, all right, I want to comment here. I want to say here that, be grateful that at least it helps you to stand on your own without being a burden to others. Just let that sink in for a bit, people. Your job may pay you less, but it gives you a good measure of dignity. You're able to stand on your own. So I want you to think about that. Those of you who hate your jobs, think about that. Imagine if you had no job. Who in your family is going to come to you and give you 2,000 kwacha cash every single month? Who in your family is going to come to your doorstep and pay rent for you and buy a bag of menu for you every single month? Guys, that's a reason to be grateful for having a job that pays you something. Your job also helps you to become a productive and a useful citizen who contributes to the growth of our economy. Of course, partly because you pay taxes. That's what you call pay as you earn. Those of you above the threshold, you pay taxes. That helps us. That helps the government to improve our economy, right? But also, your job helps you to sort out problems without always having to borrow money from Shylocks and banks and those financiers. You don't do that. So because you have a job, certain problem like you want to have a shoe for yourself, you can simply go into a shop and get yourself a shoe. People, I want you to be writing these things in the comment section. Number two, why you should be able to appreciate your job and keep it very well is your job helps you to be more productive in the community and to be more respected. But also your job helps you to sort out your personal problems very well without always having to borrow money. Just think of that. There are people right now who are always calling you, even though you also don't have a good side, but they want to lend them money. They're always getting themselves in debt, always being kicked out of your house by your landlord. That, people, is not a very good thing. That is reason number two. So number one, while your job pays you less, those who laugh at you may be glad to accept it because your job helps you to stand on your own without being a burden. Number three reason why your job is important. Your job helps you to become a better person because it helps you to develop good qualities such as tolerance, patience, mildness, and cooperation. Just to mention a few, people, because some workplaces are very, very hostile. All right, you cannot survive without these qualities such as patience, tolerance, mildness, cooperation. You cannot survive. Some workmates are toxic. They are very toxic people. They are just people who they're like they were groomed to become haters at a place of work. They are such kind of employees. But if you quite fenindo shifyama workmates. They know themselves. They are those workmates, sabashu, quite fenindo, and they are like they come from one parent. They talk a certain way, they walk a certain way, they act a certain way. They're just difficult workmates. That's toxic work environments. And sometimes your job, while the environment may be so toxic, can be a very good ground for learning to be patient, to be tolerant, and to be able to know how to cooperate with others, how to work in beautiful harmony with others. So your job provides a platform for you to grow yourself both emotionally, mentally, and financially. So you develop certain qualities that you would otherwise wouldn't have developed if you never experienced this tough, toxic environment. Number four, people, please be putting these things in the comments. Please put things in the comment. Number four, okay, your job helps you to learn how to communicate with different kinds of people under different circumstances, which helps you to be more mature. Your job helps you to know how to communicate. If there's one thing that you're going to learn at your workplace, is communication, controlling your emotions. When I first got a job some years back, I did not know how to write an email. I would write an email, a long, big paragraph. One day, my boss called me to his office and he tells me, Shadwick, you've written very good points, but unfortunately, this is not a professional way of writing. Okay, so he sat me down and he showed me how to structure an email. So I learned how to write an email. So today I write very good emails because somebody at a place of work was kind enough to sit me down and to show me how to structure an email, how to write, how to put those signatures and stuff like that. I never knew those things. Now I know how to use professional language. Now I know how to communicate with different stakeholders. Why? Because at some point I was in employment and I was provided with a platform to learn people. All right. So your job can help you, all right, to learn how to communicate with different kinds of people. And that's a beautiful thing. Communication is key for success in the business. Even if you quit your job, you go and start a business of your own. If you cannot communicate, you are done. So if you learn how to communicate, it will be easier for you to succeed in your business. That's number four. Number five, people, your job can help you to meet people who can help you with what's needed to improve your life. Now, you can even meet new job opportunities easily when you have a job. That's true. Some job opportunities come because you have a job. You're going to meet somebody who's going to be happy with your service, with the way you are coming out, with the way you handle them. Then they offer you an opportunity. Even in job interviews, it's much more easier to employ somebody who's already working because they have the experience, they have the technical know-how, than somebody who's not in employment. So your job can give you a platform to meet different people. I'm going to give you an example of a gentleman who has used this job very well. Look at, Swilanja. Swilanja is one good example of a gentleman who has used this job very well. He works at a media house, but also he has leveraged his job to attract, serious people to feature on his programs. So you can do the same. You can leverage your job and use your job to your advantage, like this gentleman has done. He has used that platform, all right, that job, to build his personal brand and platform, which also helps him to call on prominent people and discuss with them, sit down with them. So that's the beauty of having a job. It can help you to meet people who can help you with what you need to improve your life. Number 6, please, people, write these things in the comment section. 5, your job can help you meet people who can help you with what you need to improve your life. And it's easier to get a job if you're already working, people. So number 6, your job helps you to acquire knowledge and skills that are crucial for survival, or that prepare you well for your next opportunity. Now here's the issue. Some years back, myself, I did a job that I never liked. 10 years down the line, I had an opportunity that was going to pay me very well. And that opportunity was built on the same job I never liked 10 years ago. And I put a post on my page and I said, no experience is useless. Those of you who follow me must have seen that post I made. I said, no experience is useless. That was the day I received the phone call to go and do something that I used to do at a job that I never liked years ago. But I have the experience. So that experience helped me to make myself a good amount of money. So your job helps you to acquire knowledge and skills that are crucial for survival, or that prepare you well for the next opportunity. So it may not pay you well today, yes, but it is giving you the necessary experience that is going to help you negotiate for a better pay next time. Because maybe when you got this job, you had no proper experience, you had no technical know-how. This is why you settled for 1,500. You are being paid 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 3,500, whatever small amounts of money are being paid. It's because you didn't have any experience. But now that you have the experience, if you go and get a job somewhere, or you go and do an interview somewhere, You're going to stand on firm grounds when negotiating for a better pay because now you've become experienced. Isn't that beautiful, people? Tell me in the comment, isn't that just amazing, people? Isn't that wonderful, people? Tell me how that sounds to you. Isn't that beautiful, people? Now, another issue here is this, people. Your job, all right, helps you. Now, let this sink in. Your job, this is number 7, people, helps you to pay rent on your own. Let me just repeat that, people. Maybe you didn't hear that very well. Your job helps you pay rent on your own. And God, let me just say this: nothing can be more stress relieving than that. If you don't believe me, ask your peers who have nothing to do. They will testify that paying rent is hard. Just being able to pay rent, that rent you pay every month without having to think about it, without having to be stressed about it. There are people right now sleeping on a calendar. Right now it's 16th. They are counting 14 days to go. They have zero where to pay rent. And the landlord is calling already. Having a job that helps you to pay your rentals, baby, you are settled for now. The fact that you have a roof over your head, that's enough reason to thank God and say, God, thank you so much. Let me work hard. Let me improve myself. Let me leverage this opportunity to do other things that can make me earn more. While I have some that is currently working, that is helping me to pay rent. Because paying rent, people, is not easy. If you're able to pay rent, baby, you're successful. Man, you're successful. That's success. Paying rent is success. For people like myself who was kicked out of a house before because I couldn't pay rent, guys, I consider paying rent success. I was kicked out of a house because I didn't have money for rent. I couldn't pay rent. My things were put outside. Do you know how embarrassing that is? Do you know how traumatizing that is, being kicked out of the house because you've not paid rent for some time and your landlord is tired of excuses? So while your job may not pay you the money that you really need, the fact that it can afford to pay your rentals, baby, that's success. My friend, you're successful. All right? Thousands and millions of people worldwide are homeless. They are highly stressed, if not depressed, because they can't pay rent. And it's getting out of hand. Do you know how difficult it is to look at your wife and children and tell them it's going to be okay when you've not paid rent and your landlord is threatening to kick you out of the house? When you have kids, both girls and boys in your home. Guys, that's extremely stressful, people. That's very, very stressful. So if you can pay rent with your job, man, for now, stick with what is working while you're experimenting with what could be possible. I want that to sink in. So while you hate your job, be grateful for the fact that it helps you pay your rentals. That is success. Now, number 8, people. Your job can help you to come up with business ideas and eventually start your own business. I told you an example of Sulanji, a gentleman I really like, okay? And I like the way he does his things. I think he does phenomenally well with the way he does his things. Sulanji is one of those people that understand, media, marketing, and stuff like that. The gentleman is just great, is awesome. How did he become so good? He was given an opportunity, he was given a platform. And what did he do with it? He used that platform to his advantage. Now he has podcasts. Now he has these interviews. He's a brand influencer for 10 institutions. Do you know why? Because he has leveraged his job experience and he has now made it his own and is using it so well to his advantage. That's beautiful, people. You can do the same. What type of job are you doing? I worked for a company some time back, and the experience I acquired, I used it to start my own business. It's not a crime. You can do that. Learn. And then there comes a time where you leave and you begin to do your own thing. So yes, do not demonize jobs as if those who are in employment are failures, are not successful. Baby, you are okay. I have been in business myself. I know there are times where you make losses. Impia shonsta ukwete. Rent month end ya fika tapadi share rent. Tapadi shansh nothing. Walikongani even you've bought people from other people, you can't pay them. So sometimes a job gives you a peace of mind. So now, number 9, right? You can your job can help you to settle down with the love of your life. Let me repeat that. Your job can help you to settle down with the love of your life. It even helps you to afford basic needs. And if that's not a blessing, then what is, people? Tell me. There are people right now who like to get married and enjoy sleeping in the arms of somebody they love, but they can't. Do you know why? Because they have nothing to do. They have no stable source of income and they are scared. They are terrified. The thought of getting married terrifies them, but they want it, but they can't do it. Do you know why? Because they are broke. And you, my friend, you have a job that helps to save. You even do a kitchen party, even do a wedding, and then you say a job is bad. Come on, people, let's be real here. There are people who want to sleep next to somebody they love right now forever, but they can't get married because they have nothing to do. They have no jobs. So you must understand that. So your job helps you also to help your parents and your siblings. Think about that, people, for a second. While your job is not paying that much, for example, but gives you some good measure of respect in your family, even in your community, because you can help your family members, your mother, your dad, your siblings. Do you know how it feels to receive a phone call from your parents because they have no food, they have no meal, and then you can't help them with meal? Do you know how stressful that is? Do you know how it feels for your parents to call you to ask for money because they think you have? They strongly believe you have because maybe they saw you on social media and they think you have, and maybe they have friends on social media and then they call them but you are broke. Your parents don't know that you are broke. Other people are watching you, they are telling your parents, no, and they ask for money, you can't help them because honestly you are broke. Do you know how that feels? So if you have a job that can help you to help your parents, to help your siblings, guys, that's fantastic. So I can go on and on until it's a million reasons why you should keep and respect your job, right? But let me just say this before I go to the business aspect. Be grateful to God and to your employer who took a chance on you, even if they maybe didn't even know you, but trusted you with a job. Just think of that. Your employer maybe was just told by somebody who knows you, and then there was a guy who was qualified for that job. Then the employer took a chance on you. A very grateful being took a chance on you and gave you a job, which you do very badly because you are terrible at it. You're not good. You have no experience. Your employer is stress teaching you how to do the job and you're not grateful. Guys, can we learn to be grateful? There are lots of people who are more deserving than you, who are not given a chance because somebody knew you at that interview, or somebody put in a word for you. So it was easier for you to be employed. Not that you are so smart, because just somebody talked to your employer and you are given a job. So I'm just going to be as honest as I can with you, because that's the best way to go about this issue. Okay? Some of you are in jobs you don't deserve because somebody put in a word for you. So what can you do to be grateful is to work hard, all right, and learn so that you can become better. So work hard and keep that job while you wait for something better, because small money, people, is by far better than no money. Just imagine the stress of having to ask someone for money to buy simple pizza, people, simple shawarma, simple talk time, simple money for Yango. You want somebody to help you with that. Guys, think of that. I received a phone call not too long ago from a gentleman who apparently is a follower on my page, and he tells me that, Shadwick, I'm at the hospital. My wife is about to give birth. I got a taxi. Please help me with the 50 kwacha to pay the taxi driver. And I said, whoa. Now imagine, guys, somebody has a wife who's been pregnant for the past 9 months, and they couldn't keep a 50 kwacha. They couldn't find a 50 kwacha for a taxi. And then you have a chance to make money and save up and buy, if you dish, what you don't even need, diffing and stuff like that. And then you are still ponderering your job. You are still acting as if you're not happy. Even God is not happy with you because you are an ungrateful being. You should be grateful for that job. Even if you hate it, be grateful that it helps you. I also had a job sometime back which I never liked. But I was grateful to God that that job helped me pay rent. So if you're in employment, people, I want to tell you that small money is better than no money. Do not quit your job to go and start a business. That would be a terrible mistake. Now that you are in your job, can you leverage your job so that you can succeed in business? Start up a business so that when that business grows and it begins to give you an income that is twice what you're getting current at your current job, then you can think of quitting your job. So start a business to quit your job so that you can create jobs for other people. And if you say jobs are bad, you quit your job, jobs are bad, you go and start a business. Don't you want to employ people? Who is going to work for you if jobs are so bad? Because the idea of starting a business and building a business is so that we can be able to do what? To employ other people and create jobs for other people. So if you demonize jobs so much, who is going to work for you in that business which you want to start? Who's going to work for you? Because all of us are building businesses and eventually all of us are employing people. We're employing people. Those people are getting salaries. So we have created jobs. So if we demonize jobs, who is going to work for us in the businesses we want to go and run? If everyone becomes a business owner, who is going to work for who? So can we be sober people and talk about jobs and businesses? And now here I was talking at it from the point of a job that pays you less. All right. But again, I want to tell you this. There are certain jobs, people, that pay you extremely well. I know people in employment who are so comfortable and they are sponsoring people to colleges right now. They have nice jobs, amazing jobs. They fly year in, year out. All right. They fly year in, year out to different countries. They're on vacation. They are comfortable. They drive fantastic cars. They live in nice houses. They are stress-free financially. So it's not every job that is bad. And again, we have to be sincere. It's not everybody who is wired for entrepreneurship. Yes, all of us can go into can take the entrepreneurial route, yes, but not all of us can succeed because we have different mental faculties. We handle stress differently. That's the fact, people. We handle stress differently. That's the fact. All right? That's the fact. We handle stress differently. So don't think everybody can go into a business and succeed. No, it's not the way it is. Some business people, right, are terrible employees. Some employees are terrible business people. So stick with what works for you. The idea is to survive and succeed. If you are successful in your business, don't demonize those who are in business. If you are successful in your business, don't demonize those who are in employment. Because either ways, we both want the same thing. We want money. We want to succeed. There are CEOs. I know a CEO from a S&G company. That man gets about $24 million per annum. Some businesses will never get that per year. They will never get to that point per year. I know a few CEOs and CEOs of certain banks who get over 60,000 quarter every month net. Some of you doing business and you are insulting them, you never get that per month. Your business pay you 5,000 every month, maybe 10,000, maybe 20, small monies. And you are busy insulting people who are in high-paying jobs. That, no, you can't be worthy by a job. No, let's be realistic. Yes, a business can make you so successful. And I'm an advocate of entrepreneurship myself. I talk about business every time. I say, guys, can we take the entrepreneurial route? But that does not mean we're supposed to demonize employment, because employment is just as equally as important as a business. Once my business grows, I'm going to employ people. For example, I have people that I've employed in my business. They work for me, so they have a job. I pay them every month. They have a job. All right? One day they're going to grow. They're going to create their own jobs and employ other people. And people are going to come and work for me. So why should I criticize jobs? There was a time I had a job also. Even when you have a job, that job is not evil. It is helping to save money for emergencies when you're sick and stuff like that. Even start your own business while you still have a job. So let me repeat this. Don't quit your job to start a business. a business. Start a business so that you can come and quit your job. That's how it's supposed to work, people. All right. So now you can give me, now we're opening the phone lines, people. Okay. Give us your calls and your contributions on what you think. I think the number to call is 077 1616290. 077 That's the number to call for you to give us your contributions. What do you think about this topic we're discussing this morning? Job or business? Guys, remember what we are saying? Business is good, job is good. If business works for you, fantastic. If job works for you, fantastic. But either way, it's important to have some entrepreneurial skills. That's very, very important. All right. We're not saying job business is bad, not saying job is bad. We're simply saying, can you have a balanced view of these two things? Because sometimes you can even do both. You can do both a job and you can also do a business at the same time. It's okay. If you can't do both, well and good. Leave those who can do both. If you give me a call right now and you tell me, Shadi, want to employ you, and you offer me a salary that I like, baby, I'm going to work for you. I'm going to accept. Give me the job. Do you know why? Because it's about the benefit I'm going to get from working for you. Okay, so if you want to employ me, give me a call. And if I like your side, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm taking you on this one. All right? I'm taking you on. So a job is not bad, people. Let's be honest. Okay, so give us your call at 077 I hope I've got that one right. That's the number that you can call us on. Give us a call, share your contributions and your views. What do you think? And why do we demonize jobs so much? What went wrong? Where did we miss it? All right, what went wrong? Those in employment talk bad about employment, about job, business. Those in business talk bad about employment. What went wrong, people? Tell us your views. What do you think? All right. So we have a comment here from Tsenga J. Yes, Stefan, please. There's a comment here from Tsenga who says, in a job, you are working towards the vision of your boss. If you do a business, you're working towards your own vision. Yes. But how do you in your job, let's just make this straight. In a job, we're not working towards the vision of your boss. In a job, we are there to be paid so that you can improve your life. Your boss has a vision, which he does. So when you go to work for your boss, all right, you're not working for free. He's paying you. If you want, you can quit, we will employ someone else and we'll pay someone else. So when you go for a job, say, I'm working for my boss vision. No, that's the wrong motive. You're going there to work for yourself because you want a salary to pay rentals, to buy food, to buy whatever you want. And then you can use that salary to start a business so that you too can employ other people, Tsenga.
Yeah.
So that's the fairest thing. I don't know what to think about that, Stephanie.
I think it's true. It is true in the sense that those that talk about business in a bad way, obviously, are those that are employment, and those that talk about work in a bad way are those that are doing business. But really, we want to hear your views. We have a few minutes to go. The number to call is 077 So given the chance for you, is it business or is it work? And if you can, would you do both? We want to hear from you, and obviously maybe 2 or 3 calls as we definitely get to the dying moments of this conversation today. So for me, I think one of the worst things to do, Mr. Lusambo, is to quit your job without a plan. Remember, Tariq Sadiq says, if you're failing to plan, then obviously you're planning to fail. You can't just wake up out of the blue because somebody gave you an idea out of nowhere to say, okay, so Kasumbalesa eggs are selling, you've raised the last salary that you have, and order those eggs and see how they'll go. I think there's need for a plan, and usually it should be a long-term plan. Run your business and see how it's going over time before you actually make that decision to finally quit, because you might just end up on the queue of many people that are not employed. Josephine says very true. A job helps to improve communication skills.
Yes.
Andrew says private tutor, following. Andrew says following. And Hope Bund also says, I'm going with a job. From there, I can establish a business and quit my job. Exactly.
Fantastic. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. Yeah. So guys, that's the way to go, people. So it depends. Some jobs set you up for success very well. Some jobs don't. All right. If your job is not, you're not happy with your job, see how you can leverage it. If you have something better to do than your job, then go and do what is better. Either way, the goal is to succeed. Okay. If you're
But
going to
wait,
succeed,
what is what we're saying?
Montreal says we'll do business any day. I have never worked for anyone anyway. Fantastic. That's interesting to hear. Senga says if you are aiming for financial security, a job is a better, reliable option. While for those ready to take risks, business seems enticing. Well, jobs end. We saw what happened in 2020, COVID-19. Jobs where people had lost their jobs a lot. So yeah, there's a good measure, yes, of security in a job, but it's not
The
absolute.
security.
It's just a good measure, but any day, anytime things can change. Right. So there are lots of good things about business, people. We've not just talked about the business side a lot today. Okay. So there are lots of beautiful. I'm in business myself. I'm not in employment.
We have a call, Mr. Lusambo, on the other side.
Yes, please.
We do have Mr. Walia here.
Yes, Mr. Boda.
Yes,
Morning, thank you.
good morning, Mr. Lusambo.
Morning, thank you.
Yes, I like what you are saying. Otherwise, anything we can say, yeah, it really makes sense. And sometimes we take for granted. For example, if I go in employment, I think that maybe there are people who are not in employment who can maybe say, I can't wait because I can survive just like that. Again, the same, or maybe the same people again, many the same people, many the same people. There are people I'm telling you who are desperately in need of the job that you are doing. So I like it when you say that the job that you are working, I'm telling you, these people can say that no, it's a big job, I'm telling you. But given to some people who are in need, I'm telling you, maybe who are not working, they can receive it gladly, which is very good and correct. Again, I have a friend who is, he's a businessman, he's doing some gardening, in short, he's a businessman. Sometimes we can have we do have a chat with him. At some point, even told me that you see, my guy, I even admire you that you are getting paid at the end of the day, you pay at the end of the month. Like sometimes I throw a lot. I even feel like speaking for business because sometimes I find that maybe the business is not doing, or maybe it's not doing very well. So they're like, you're doing your own thing. So I think if you do anything, it's just a matter of being consistent and being up to the game. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Walia.
Thank you so much, Mr. Walia, for that call. We really appreciate that. That's true. Even me, sometimes there are days I feel like, you know what? I wish there was an easy way. There are times where I'm just stressed, Stephanie, just extremely stressed and you're tired. The levels of anxiety are just too high and you just wish there was an easy way out. We all go to those rents. So even a business tool is also,
We have a question whether it was a contribution. Please do it under a second. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, how are you? You're live on radio. Your name and where you're calling us from?
This is Amon calling Bensak.
Yes, Mr. Simon. Under a second.
Amon.
Mr. Amon.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to contribute about the same topic. For me, employment and where you are employed. Like for me, what I can love with being employed in a government.
Yes,
I can be comfortable being employed in a government than in a private. Because if I'm employed in a private sector, I need a business. Because anytime they can start me.
Yes.
So employment, there are two employment that you can talk about.
Yes.
So for me, I prefer if I go to government, I can't quit job. Because I'm employed under the government. So I'll be doing both job and business.
Thank you.
If I'm employed under the private sector, I'd rather have a business than a job.
Thank you. Point taken. Thank you, Mr. Amon.
Okay.
We're racing with time. Yes. Sorry. We are definitely running out of time. So, of course, do make your comment very brief. The number is 077-1616-290. Mr. Lusambo, I completely disagree with Mr. Amon. I
Yes,
think
yes.
whether it was a private sector or it was government sector, you need to become valuable. You need to work
Yeah.
well. Make yourself a brand that is hard to lose, actually. Hello?
Hello, sister, this is Flo.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, hello. You're live on Money FM radio. Give us your comment.
Yes, my question is that question you have to say which position men would fit if you were to ask people doing business or doing work.
Yes.
But if you say doing business, but I can say there are so few people who actually manage business or who come to succeed in business. What makes it so difficult for them? There are so many who choose to do business. This is my question. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know
sorry,
if
I
you
didn't
got the
get that.
question clearly, but
I didn't.
yeah.
I didn't. There was a lot of feedback. I don't know what was it saying.
I really could not also get. I think there's a lot of wind where he was speaking from. Well, time does not seem to be on our side, Mr. Lusambo. I think we can actually conclude.
All right, so guys, thank you very much for coming through. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. People, we wish we could take 2 more calls. Unfortunately, we can't be given more minutes, but we wish we could go up to 12:02. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. And we want to say that this is simply to give a balanced view of both a job and a business. If you have a job, well and good. If you have a business, well and good. Either way, the point is to be comfortable. That's the point. The point is to be able to stand on your own. The point is to succeed. So there are good things to business, there are good things to a job, and we've not exhausted everything in this discussion. Of course, there are some downsides in both jobs and businesses. We've not exhausted everything. What we are simply giving is a plain basic view of jobs, all right, and businesses, and we've not delved into a lot of details because of the time limit factor. But in our next session, hopefully, next time we want to discuss into more details. To our callers, thank you, Mr. Harmon. Thank you, Mr. William, and everybody that's called in. Our audience, thank you so much for participating. Lamek Melody, thank you so very much, people, for coming through. Senga, Bosmu, Wix Mumba, Muluwa, thank you so much. Josephine Maenza, we really appreciate you coming through. Andrew, thank you so very much, people. We really appreciate. Mariah, thank you so much. We are grateful for joining us this morning. And please do join us next week, Tuesday, same time, 11:05. We'll discuss another interesting topic. It's bye from me and Stephanie, and have a fantastic day.
Thank you very much.